think the video is missing something. Oh yeah. Well, as you can tell, from the earlier video, there is a photographer chasing a bear, which kind of reminded me of a really pretty cool story. So before we get into it, this is Richard White. Now, Richard White was not only a photographer, he was a wildlife enthusiast, and he liked to sit there and take photographs in a park called Denali, which is in Alaska. Denali is actually one of the largest parks of Alaska. It has over 6 million acres. It's actually one of the most popular parks in Alaska. And Richard White had decided that he was going to sit there and photograph grizzly bears inside the park. Now, the park has a lot of recommendation and rules if you're going to be sitting there engaging with certain animals that live within the park, especially if those animals happen to be an apex predator. And Richard had decided to start photographing grizzly bears that resided within Denali Park. But he ignored all of the rules and regulations that a lot of the game wardens had stressed to a lot of the visitors within Denali Park. One of those being, keep yourself within 100 yards within the grizzly bears. However, he ignored these regulations and he had approached a grizzly bear that was within about 50 yards. And the grizzly bear had noticed White taking pictures. Ultimately, Richard White was actually mauled to death, and they did not find his body until weeks later. So, to the video in the beginning, don't do that. Do not chase an apex predator, or you may end up being another Richard White.